Morning again. It's barely morning, almost noon. Anyway, I want to continue with my talk about Buckskin Sam. Let me just pick it up where I left off. Um, Actually, let me tell you, this is a book that there was a copy of this Mechanic Falls Library that my grandfather put me onto when I was maybe a very young teenager or preteen, and I read it back then. I've read this book 3, 4 times probably. Anyway, I read it back then. You cannot take that copy out anymore. Um, my sister got me a copy. My sister one of my sisters worked at Colby College Library, and she worked in the interlibrary lending, and she got me a copy from the Bowdoin College Library that I was able to keep. Could have kept it for a year, and this was back in the early 2000s. And anyway, I scanned that book and I made it into a PDF. There is another PDF out there from the Maine State Library, which I have loaded onto a web page where you can download it and read this book. Thelma bought me this book many years ago now. There are very few copies of this out there. My cousin Bob had one. Probably David has it now with the knife. But there's pictures of that out there. I've put on my website, Stephen Kilbreth, STEPHEN KILBRETH, no spaces, .weebly, WEEBLY.com. That's my website. Go onto the menu, and the last little thing on the menu, it says etc. We'll go to that etc. page, and you will see a link to my Buckskin Sam page, which is on Thelma's website because I cannot upload big files on my website. You can download the book. You can download a 5-cent novel about Buffalo Bill that has Buckskin Sam in it. You can download, there are pictures there that you can download in there. Picture of the knife, picture of his gravestone, news articles from Lewiston Evening Journal. Anyway, go there. There's a whole bunch of stuff there for you. Anyway, to pick it up where I left off, so Buckskin Sam, 12 years old, was in Argentina, and while the ship was getting unloaded and stuff, he went hunting in the hills of Argentina, and he wound up meeting a sheep rancher who had 2 flocks, a big flock that he handled and then a smaller flock often deeper into the country. And he hired Buckskin Sam to manage that smaller flock for him. I think it was the smaller one. He gave him a dog, a sheepdog, to go with him. So Sam took this dog and went to work as a sheep rancher, sheep herder in the hills of Argentina. And he went hunting and all this stuff. Well, there were a lot of natives, so-called Indians, in the hills there, and they were hunting with bolos, the rocks on strings and things like that. And they noticed Sam hunting, and it's like, wow, this guy's a good hunter, and he's got a rifle, and blah, 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 blah. They kidnapped him and took him into their tribe. He became an actual member of the tribe, and he was fine. He still gets to go hunting. Of course, he abandoned the sheep. Anyway, that guy had to take care of his own sheep somehow. But so they kidnapped him. They're the ones that named him Buckskin Sam because he wore buckskin clothing, like Buffalo Bill and all the Western guys. Well, Sam at 12 years old was wearing buckskins, and they named him Buckskin Sam. He stayed with them for 6 years, and eventually was getting low on ammunition, so he told them he had to go back to the city, Buenos Aires, and they wouldn't go down into the city with him. They stayed on the hill. So he went down into the city, bought some more ammo, and as he says in his book, he forgot to go back. And he wound up getting on a ship that was bound for England, and I'm going to leave it there. Read the book. Like I say, he was a 50-50 combination of Indiana Jones and Forrest Gump. He was in the right place at the right time to see some amazing things. He was, according to his book, which he says is absolutely true, I have no reason to doubt him, read the book.